Yes. So, where are my notes here? Okay, so this is our profit and loss by class for the month of April. I report on the last complete month. As we all know, we're in May, so the last complete month is April. It was our 5th operating month. We're approximately 42% into our fiscal year. Our sewer user fees billed to date are almost $81,000. Our sewer fees received is slightly over $83,000. So we're about $2,500 more received than what we've billed. So we're ahead there on sewer. Our water user fees billed is almost $94,000. Our water $8 increase to repay our SRF bond is at $26,500. In total, we have billed $121,000, over $121,000, 121. Yeah, don't mind me. Water user fees is $111,000 received, so we are about 8,700 shy of that right now. Not sure what's going on there. I spent a good deal of time trying to figure out how we went from being ahead last month to being behind this month. Usually that will pan itself out over the next month. I did spend some time on it, but I'm just going to sit back and wait and see what next month brings us. And if that trend continues, then I will be doing some significant research. And then other things on the income side is we brought in 2 sewer inspection fees, one at Lieberg Point Drive and then another on North Corbin. We also had a sewer hookup fee, and that one is the Corbin. So that brought us this $1,200 for the hookup. We also have a water hookup fee here for $5,000, and that was at 652 Glacier Loop. In total for the month, we brought in a little over $53,000. Any questions on the income side? Moving on. For expenses, our sewer maintenance was comprised of $8,538 of sewer pumping and repairs. I know that we had a couple of lid risers that we were installing, and the district just chose to take on this expense since it was not overlooked that these risers were installed in the first place. That's a goal that Bob and I are getting to, because we do have on our rate and fee schedule that it's the customer's responsibility to keep these uncovered at all times, and obviously they don't have a sewer riser lid. It's kind of hard to keep it uncovered at all times. So one goal that we're working towards here. $74 on supplies, and then we have refueled the generators both at the triplex and at well 7. We did that a couple of months ago as well, and so I inquired with Bob why, because usually we just do that annually. And what was going on there?
A couple things. One, we had a very unusual at well 7. The generator came on and has never repeated itself. It did not go off for, I don't know, it was almost 24 hours. It just came, but it went off on its own. It's just very bizarre. So we watched it's not happened again. So it used up a lot of fuel. Then with the triplex, we also had it on. Now the bad news, good news with the triplex, we drained the tank on there, but it needed to be done every way because you can only add fuel additive to diesel so many winters. You have to replace it. So essentially, they replaced it anyway. So we had 2 fills, diesel fills all at once. Normally we don't have that.
So that was about 1,266 on the sewer side, and then split in half, 1,266 on the water side. We had $90 in water testing, $205 in meter supplies, $345 in delinquent and trip charges, notices, things like that. That is recouped through user fees. And then we have $35,755. And that is for half the cost of the SCADA equipment that the board previously approved. At the end of this fiscal year, as we work through our audit, that amount will be capitalized. So it does and will remain on our water maintenance item as an expense until then. It's unavoidable. I can't take it out of our maintenance category until I go through the audit. Huh?
How many years will we spread that over?
I need to discuss that with the auditor. And we need to go over the
Primarily computer
life
equipment.
expectancy. Yeah,
Computer, so it should be fairly short.
yeah.
I would hope.
The warranty and the life expectancy and things like
If
that.
you're long
So,
on something, you can replace every 10 years.
I don't want to do that.
right. So that was our sewer and water maintenance sections. Moving on down the list, everything else is routine for our vehicle expenses, dues and subscriptions. There are dues and subscriptions is higher, and that was upgrading our billing software. So we just paid last month the annual subscription. So I inquired about getting that refund. Unfortunately, they cannot issue a check refund. We will see that when we pay our annual installment next year. We'll see the credit. I really did not like that. I fought them tooth and nail. It's their policy. I was pretty
Could have
upset,
taken their Amazon gift card from me.
right?
What company is that again?
Creative Technologies. They have our billing software, Eldorado.
And that's unfortunate because you want to put it in the column, you need to put it in for where
Yeah,
you're going
and
to credit.
it's an auditing nightmare for me. So,
Or they send you a card that you can't use anywhere.
Yeah.
You find nobody will take it.
Yeah.
What's a cash card for $50?
heading on down the list, office supplies, system operator, postage and delivery, nothing extra special. For office equipment, we did buy our Adobe, so that's been helping us with a lot of our water ordinance things, personnel policy manual upgrades. Clint has been working through getting all of our easements digitized. That's super helpful because now we can tabulate them, things like that. So that will significantly cut down on staff time when people call in on those items. Everything else is pretty routine.
Is any of the software usable by us?
I do have one main login. It is cloud-based, so one person will be able to use it, but
At a
multiple
time?
people at a time, yeah. But if you needed to use it, yeah, you'd be able to log
So in
on.
line with the definitions I'm working on.
Yep.
Oh,
I need to have an editable copy to make that kind of come together.
Yep.
And make it a lot easier, so before the next meeting, I'd like to have some.
Absolutely. I'll get you an email with that login information, and yeah, that'd be a great use of it. So, that is it for our expenses. Any questions? Alrighty.
What was the delta on our going negative on our bottom line?
Negative 10,825. And
Okay.
that is that SCADA system $35,000 check. So without that capital expense going in, we would have been ahead around 20,000 this month. So, alrighty.